got this this funny little offcut from a piece of spalted beech, and it's got some rather nice spalted marks, as well as this rather attractive centre to well, it was I suppose a bit of a branch at one time that had cut off and grown over. It's not much of a shape, but it's such an attractive piece, it seems a shame to waste it. So I'm going to see what I can make from it, if anything at all. And so this is just a little video about making the most of interesting offcuts. So the first thing I've decided then is that I'm actually going to make the piece longitudinal, making the most of the length of the shape, because there's insufficient thickness to really do much with it that way. And I've marked what I feel is more or less the centre of the base here, and now I have to turn a small tenon or a little dovetail on the base of this in order to be able to rotate it and place it in the chuck afterwards. And that's obviously going to be a bit of a challenge. So what I intend to do, I don't know if this is visible on there, I'm going to just let it clamp into this jaw slightly so that it drives it, and bring up the tailstock into there and just gently turn a little dovetail on the end. We'll see how that goes. There we are. I've readjusted the camera now so that you can see that this will actually be inside the forge jaw scroll chuck like that. So let's see how that goes out. I don't want this to be overly tight, it's just going to act as a drive, because I may retain some of this shape, I don't know yet. Just enough so that the piece is well supported. Got 1,000 RPM there, which should be sufficient. I've got on my work glasses so I can see what I'm doing properly, and the all-important face shield, of course. Just get the dust off that. So I'm using a 3/8 bowl gouge just to start off. Check the measurement on that. 48 millimeters, that should be okay. We'll cut a little dovetail. Just demisted my glasses there. I get a bit steamy in this cold air. Now I don't have a full circle there. I'd have to go quite small to get one, so I'm going to try that now and see how it grips with the jaws. Not these jaws though, I'm going to put some different ones on. So while I change that, we'll just stop the camera for a minute. Just bring the camera around a minute. What I've done, I've decided that I'm going to try and incorporate this flat area into whatever it turns out to be. So I took a chainsaw to level it off. I was going to texture it, and I used the chainsaw in that sort of direction like that, so that it was cutting down. But it didn't finish up looking particularly nice. So now I've sanded this so that it's a smooth finish, but it's irregular. It's sort of slightly bumpy. I don't know. That doesn't really show that well on the video, but you can see there's a sort of a slight curve and a bit of a twist here, and there's actually a bump on this harder knot. So now it's mounted up in the chuck, and I'm going to spin it and see what comes out. I know it would be nice to have a different viewpoint, say from behind here, but I'm very limited in the space in the workshop, and there's nothing that much room behind me because the bandsaw's there. Anyway, let's have a go. I'll use a small roughing gouge to start with. So at the moment I've just turned a little foot and a flat, and I'm just going to I'm going to make something more rounded here. I may cut in a bit further there and perhaps turn it into, I don't know, it's only going to be decorative, it's not going to have a function, it's just going to be something that looks really unusual. I think that's the objective, just to make something a bit different. I'll have to sharpen this chisel a little bit. Well, that got pretty out of shape. There's a right nasty little gouge out that. Right, I'll show you, try and get a shot of the shape so far. It's not easy to see, but basically we've got sort of a curve, then a flat, and then another small flat, followed by a little hollow, and then this rounded shape, which I'm trying to keep as spherical as I can. We've still got quite a bit of bark left on here. We'll see how that comes as we work our way up now. Just a little oddity. Okay, I've achieved a sort of a teardrop shape, or a pear. Just need to take a little bit more off the middle there because there's a little bump and I want the flow of the shape to be continuous. So I don't want to I don't want any bumps in it. Yeah, that feels nice. So I'll just bring the camera around again. Oops, what a dreadful sight. And there, you see the shape, and there's the flat, showing off the heart, that nice dark piece. So I'll sand it now, and then we'll apply a finish. So I've sanded it now, and I'm going to finish it with some of Chestnut's new hard wax oil for quite a glossy finish. And it doesn't do anything. It's not functional, it's just artistic. I've even left some nice chainsaw marks in there. I'm not going to take those out, I'm going to leave them as part of the feature. And so it goes from chainsaw all the way up to a polished finish. And you can see all of the attractive aspects of the spalted timber in it, and it's not wasted. It's just an interesting little piece of wood. So there we are. You can make something from your little offcuts with a bit of imagination. So I've applied a coat or two of the hard wax just to get it soaking in, because the spalted timber is a bit punky. It's sucking the hard wax in. I'll let that dry and then I'll put another coat on, just cut it back, and eventually then I'll once it's nice and hard, I'll bring it up to a nice gloss with the buffing system. I'll saw the bottom off and then just sand a hollow into it so that it stands, because obviously I can't reverse it at the moment and do anything with it, but interesting. And once it's finished, I'll photograph it, put it on the blog, along with obviously a little link to this video if the video turns out alright. Thanks for watching.